The farmers and the petty traders have been among the worst sufferers of the COVID-19 pandemic, with many even struggling to make both ends meet. East Khasi Hills District Administration allowed the vegetable vendors to do business at Anjali parking lot in Shillong. However, the traders complain that they are not getting many customers due to the strict COVID-19 curbs. The administration, on the other hand, says it cannot lower its guard against the virus. They, the administration, have opened this huge space for trade, but they are allowing only 2 buyers at a time. How will we do our business here? A female trader, K. Nongrum, said. We asked the police if they will buy our produce if we don't get any buyers. It will be better if they close the gates and do not allow us to do business at all, she said, insisting that the government should open up Yeodu and nearby areas for the benefit of everybody. She said the traders had discussed the idea of taking their goods outside Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong's residence as a mark of protest. After failing to do business at the designated site, many traders were seen on Friday selling vegetables on the roadside from Anjali petrol pump to MES point and near Jhalupara. Banri Nongbri, yet another trader, said while the government has allowed them to carry out their activities at Anjali parking lot, the challenge is that there are no buyers. We receive calls from our regular customers that they were not allowed to come to the site. It will be better if the administration, close down everything, she said sarcastically. The farmers and the traders are spending more than Rs 1,000 to come to Shillong to sell their goods. There were times when they were forced to throw away their produce. East Khasi Hills Deputy Commissioner Isawanda Lalu said that individual buyers are not permitted, but retailers and different localities get passes to purchase the goods from the wholesale market, stating that people moving across the localities for vegetables is not encouraged. She said since more markets on the city outskirts are opening up, it will provide relief to everyone. We cannot lower our guard and the orders will remain in force, Lalu added. A special prayer meeting will be organized on Sunday at 12 noon to seek divine blessings by citizens afflicted by COVID-19. Tinsong said that the prayer would begin with ringing of bells of different denominations and fade for 5 minutes from 11:55 am. The ringing of the bells in the respective places of worship will be allowed as per the practice of the different denominations. We urge people from all faiths and groups to take part in the special prayer at 12 noon, he added. Just as after the state government extended the lockdown in East Khasi Hills till 5 am of June 7 with some relaxations, Opposition Chief Whip P.T. A.Sangma has asked the government to examine and adopt the Assam model of lockdown and permit shops to open for some hours in the morning. Referring to the restrictions being imposed in Guwahati, where all shops are permitted to open from 5 am till 11 am. My suggestion is that we should adopt the same model and allow shops here to remain open from 6 am till 11 am or 12 noon to enable people to earn their livelihood. Asserting that lack of economic activities has affected people, the government says they have enough stock of essential commodities, but the ground reality is that people don't have money to buy them. People have been cooperating with the government for a long time now. It is time now for the government to start thinking about them. The Supreme Court has asked the Additional Solicitor General appearing for the Union of India and councils appearing for all the state governments, including Meghalaya, to furnish the latest information about the identification of children who have become orphans from post-March 2020, whether due to the pandemic or otherwise, and steps have been taken for attending to the basic needs. The court said the Council for the State Governments shall provide the information they receive from the state governments to the amicus curiae latest by Sunday evening, May 30. Meghalaya is being represented by its Advocate General Amit Kumar and other lawyers. The Apex Code in its order also directed the district authorities to upload the information of children who have become orphans after March 2020 on the portal Bal Swaraj before Saturday evening. They have also been directed to immediately take charge of such children and attend to their basic needs without waiting for any further orders from the Apex Court. The matter has been listed for hearing on May 1st. Kumar said the Supreme Court has so far not sought Meghalaya's response on a plea seeking ex gratia of Rs 4 lakh to the families of each of the victims. He said no notice was issued to any of the state governments, including Meghalaya. The Apex Court issued a notice to the centre and sought a response on the matter from the central government, even though the PIL named all the states. A couple who had tested positive for COVID-19 fled from quarantine, while another high-risk contact jumped out of a 108 ambulance to escape testing on Wednesday, a delayed report said on Friday. Confirming the incidents, East Shillong MLA Amperin Lingdor said that all three hailed from Laimukra. Providing details, Amperin said that the husband was quarantined at MATI Mao Diang Diang, while his wife was admitted at Shillong Civil Hospital. In an apparently planned move, both of them fled on the evening of May 26 and landed up in several locations in a bid to hide themselves from the authorities. When some alert citizens informed the Darbar Shnong, the couple turned violent and refused to listen to anyone. They finally relented after the Darbar managed space for both of them at the Mati Corona Care Center, the MLA said. In contrast, the man who had jumped out of an ambulance agreed to go for the test after he was spotted. Reacting to the incidents, Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong said the COVID-19 patients often suffer from depression as they have to isolate for 10 days, but they are putting others at risk by violating the isolation protocol. Tinsong asserted that the government would look after the mental well-being of COVID-19 patients who are suffering from depression. Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong said the state government will try to release the MLA schemes for 2021 to 2022 to enable the legislators to provide relief in their respective constituencies. All the MLAs are doing a wonderful job at the time of the pandemic. We will try our best to release the MLA schemes at the earliest due to the urgency of the situation. The DCs were empowered to release Rs 25 lakh to each legislator from the MLA scheme 2021 to provide relief to the people who were affected during the national lockdown last year. Tinsong said that the government understands the difficulties faced by the daily wage earners due to the total lockdown. Tinsong also said the government has decided to set up a temporary wholesale market on Meghalaya State Agricultural Marketing Board premises at Mayong to provide a platform for farmers of Ribhoi to sell their produce. He said Transport Minister Sneo Bhalang Dhar, Agriculture Minister Bantebor Lingdo, and senior officials inspected the ISBT at Maulai Mayong on Friday morning for setting up of the temporary wholesale market. He added that during the inspection, they found the landscaping work had just started and construction activities were in the final state, due to which the marketing board facility was chosen. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to unleash a reign of terror, the state government on Friday decided to extend the lockdown in East Khasi Hills from 5 am of May 31st to 5 am of June 7, but with certain relaxations. The containment measures have also been extended till June 7, while the weekend lockdown will continue in all other districts. Following a review meeting chaired by Chief Minister Dr. Conrad A.Sangma, Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tingson said the inter-district movement of people to and fro East Khasi Hills shall be restricted. Restrictions have been imposed on political, public, social and religious gatherings, conference meetings and training, entry of tourists from outside the state and sporting activities. All tourist spots will continue to remain closed, while interstate movement has been restricted. The government will allow transit vehicles to pass through Meghalaya. All central and state government offices other than those notified by the personal department shall remain closed. Tinsong said the SBI's main branch like Mukhar branch and Secretariat branch will open strictly with limited staff for the purpose of only government transactions. According to him, hardware stores are permitted to open on need basis with prior permissions from the DC. All construction activities, both government and private, which do not require the movement of laborers, have been permitted with prior permissions from the DC. Funeral gatherings will be restricted to 10 persons, but prior permission has to be obtained from the DC. Besides essential services, farming activities in rural areas, including betel nut, betel leaf, and broomstick cultivation, and MGNREGA activities have been exempted from the purview of the lockdown, asserting that the DC will ensure availability of essential commodities in all localities within the district. Tinsong said home deliveries are permitted subject to regulations to be issued by the administration. In addition, international border trade or export activities will be allowed, but regulation has been entrusted to the DC. The state government has authorized all DCs to impose restrictions in their own district and also regulate accordingly, while the SDOs, civil, have been authorized to impose restrictions within their jurisdictions, Tinsong added.